Story 1 by Peter Morris. I've always been a night owl, preferring the solitude and eerie stillness that shrouds the world after sunset. It was during one of my late-night drives when I stumbled upon a gas station that seemed plucked out of a forgotten era. Its flickering neon sign read Luna Gas, casting an otherworldly glow on the desolate stretch of road. Curiosity got the better of me, and I pulled into the station, feeling a chill run down my spine as the door creaked open. The place was eerily quiet, devoid of any other customers or attendants. The only sound that reached my ears was the low hum of the flickering fluorescent lights above. As I grabbed the nozzle to fuel up, I couldn't shake the feeling of being watched. Every glance over my shoulder revealed nothing but empty darkness. It was as if the night itself had eyes, tracking my every move. Ignoring my growing unease, I decided to venture inside the gas station to pay. The door screeched on its hinges as I pushed it open, revealing a dimly lit interior that smelled of dampness and decay. The shelves were lined with dusty snacks and long-expired food items, their once vibrant packaging faded and worn. The only sign of life was a lone buzzing fly, circling the decaying fruits in the produce section. The silence was broken by a soft, raspy voice that seemed to echo from the depths of the station. "Welcome, traveler," it whispered. I jumped, my heart pounding in my chest, as I turned to find an old man standing behind the counter. His skeletal frame and sunken eyes sent shivers down my spine. "What brings you here at this hour?" he asked, his voice dripping with a sinister undertone. I fumbled for words, managing to mutter a response. "Just passing through, needed to fuel up." The old man's crooked smile revealed a row of yellowed, decaying teeth. "Ah, fuel for the journey. But be warned, traveler, this place has a way of holding on to its visitors." His cryptic words sent a chill down my spine, but I dismissed it as the ramblings of an eccentric gas station attendant. I handed him the money, eager to escape the unsettling atmosphere. As I walked back to my car, the unease settled in deeper. The moon hung heavy in the sky, casting long shadows that seemed to dance in the flickering lights. I hurriedly climbed into my vehicle, eager to leave the Luna Gas behind. But fate had other plans. As I turned the key in the ignition, the engine refused to start. Panic welled up inside me as I tried again and again, but the car remained silent. The gas tank was full, so there was no logical explanation for the sudden failure. I glanced back at the gas station, hoping to find help, but what I saw froze me in terror. The old man was standing in the doorway, his eyes gleaming with malevolence. He beckoned me with a bony finger, a sinister smile spreading across his face. Fear and desperation drove me to abandon my car and flee into the night, running for my life. The gas station seemed to stretch out, its shadows elongating and twisting, trapping me in a nightmare realm. The sound of my racing heartbeat drowned out all other noises as I sprinted, not daring to look back. After what felt like an eternity, I stumbled upon another gas station, bathed in warm light and bustling with activity. Gas attendants rushed to help me, their concern evident on their faces. They assured me I was safe now, but the memories of that night at Luna Gas still haunt my dreams. To this day, I wonder what dark force lingered within those decaying walls. Was it the ghost of a lost soul? A gateway to a malevolent dimension? Or perhaps something far more sinister, lurking beneath the surface of our reality? I caution those who embark on late-night journeys to beware the gas station on that desolate road. For once you step foot into Luna Gas, you may never escape its clutches. Story 2 by Charles Brown. The night was thick with an unsettling stillness as I cruised along a desolate highway. My eyes grew heavy, and fatigue threatened to consume me. Just when I thought I couldn't go any further, the faint glow of a gas station materialized in the distance. The Raven's Rest stop sign flickered ominously, casting eerie shadows across the barren landscape. Relieved, I pulled into the station, hoping for a much-needed respite. However, as soon as I stepped out of the car, a shiver ran down my spine, alerting me to the unnerving aura that enveloped the place. The gas station stood like a decrepit relic, its windows boarded up and the pumps covered in rust. An ominous silence hung in the air, broken only by the occasional hoot of an owl. Ignoring the feeling of unease gnawing at my gut, I reluctantly pushed open the door. Inside, the dimly lit space seemed frozen in time. The scent of decay mingled with a sickly sweetness, assaulting my senses. The shelves were lined with expired products, their packaging faded and tattered. The flickering fluorescent lights cast grotesque shadows that seemed to writhe and contort. An elderly attendant emerged from the shadows, his eyes sunken and clouded with age. His voice was a hoarse whisper that resonated with an otherworldly quality. "Welcome, weary traveler, to the Raven's Rest stop," he croaked, his bony fingers beckoning me forward. "Take heed, for this is no ordinary stop along your journey." Goosebumps prickled on my skin as I exchanged uneasy glances with the attendant. "What do you mean?" He leaned in closer, his breath rank with decay. "Legend has it that this place is cursed, haunted by the spirits of those who met a grisly end on this very spot. They linger here, trapped between the realms of the living and the dead." I swallowed hard, my throat dry and constricted. I should go," I stammered, taking a step backward. But it was too late. The door slammed shut with a deafening thud, trapping me inside the malevolent confines of the Raven's Rest stop. Panic surged through my veins as the lights flickered, casting the room into darkness before flaring back to life. A chorus of whispers filled the air, their voices a dissonant symphony of anguish and torment. The shelves trembled, and expired food items tumbled to the floor. The attendant's face contorted into a grotesque mask, his eyes glowing with an otherworldly light. Terrified, I turned to run, but the aisles elongated and twisted, forming an impenetrable labyrinth. Each turn led me deeper into a nightmarish realm, where the walls seemed to close in and the air grew thick with suffocating malevolence. As I stumbled through the endless corridors, I caught glimpses of ghostly apparitions, shadowy figures that moaned and writhed in pain. Their hollow eyes bore into my soul, draining me of hope and sanity. Time lost all meaning, and despair threatened to consume me. Just when I thought I couldn't bear it any longer, I stumbled upon an old payphone in a dimly lit corner. With trembling hands, I dialed for help, praying for a lifeline to the outside world. A crackling voice answered on the other end. "Raven's Rest stop," it whispered, sending a chill down my spine. Terror seized me, but before I could react, the floor beneath me gave way, plunging me into an abyss of darkness. I tumbled through a void, my scream swallowed by the void's insatiable hunger. When I awoke, I found myself back in my car, parked outside the Raven's Rest stop. The gas station stood before me, seemingly innocent in the morning light. But the memories of that nightmarish ordeal lingered, etched into my mind. To this day, I cannot pass a deserted gas station without feeling a shiver crawl up my spine. I caution those who travel the lonely highways to beware the Raven's Rest stop, where the spirits of the damned await their next victim.